the way. Haven't changed, had much to say, but man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could be found. Told them you were living downtown, driving all the old men crazy. The boys are back in town, boys are back in town. I said, boys are back in town.
Fans, welcome to the Apex Studio Arena Championship Wrestling, the stars of the American Wrestling Association. We have a great program for you. Alan Lynch will face JC Ortega in a #1 contender match for the Shooting Star title. We'll have the Shooting Star champion Flex later. Shane Storm will take on Devin Davis. The Cuban Assassin is here. Jason Kincaid. It's a great show. Let's go to the ring.
Match is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. First from Nitro, West Virginia, weighing in at 200 pounds, Awesome Alan Lynch. And his opponent from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 200 pounds, El Fuego, Jesse Ortega.
Well, fans, there you have it. You have the announcements there. Two of the top stars in the American Wrestling Association and in the Shooting Star division. The #1 contendership on the line. Alan Lynch, a former champion. Jesse Ortega with a victory over Flex, the current champion, however, losing prior to the champion. What a great matchup we have here. Two top competitors in the Shooting Star division in professional wrestling and in the American Wrestling Association. And these two guys are going at it. A series of great classic wrestling maneuvers there. Both men jockeying for position. Both men looking for a hold, trying to isolate a body part, slow this thing down, and try to wear their opponent down. Of course, the fans behind Alan Lynch, always behind Alan Lynch. The former champion, he knows what it's like to go to the top of the hill in the Shooting Star division. Jesse Ortega new to the Shooting Star division, but he knows what it's like to be a champion, a former Mid-Atlantic television champion. And Alan Lynch rallying this crowd. Fans, we want to take this opportunity to thank the Gorge Channel for allowing us to have a home coming into your home every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And we're just thankful that the Gorge Channel is part of the American Wrestling Association and that we can be a mainstay of your household. Big tackle there. Jesse Ortega dropped down in front by Alan Lynch. Leapfrog up and over. Leapfrog up and over again. Big sweeping kick. Alan Lynch, a high flyer, a risk taker, and that's what's made him successful, what's made him a champion. And Jesse Ortega using that strong style of his, a master of the suplex, and he's a brawler right there. He's rough, he's tough, but that's what makes him a champion. And he's all over Alan Lynch, as you see, choking over the rope. Jesse Ortega gaining a victory over Flex a few weeks ago. Alan Lynch, of course, lost his title at Thanksgiving Thunder. Driving that head into the turnbuckle. Right there, our camera's right into ringside with you. And again, choking out Alan Lynch. Oh, and a big slap. He knocked the taste out of his mouth. And now Alan Lynch fighting back with chops of his own. He's all over him. Big clothesline, Alan Lynch. Hooking I thought he was going for a suplex, but instead went for that arm, snapmare down, going for that roll over. Beautiful, beautiful move. This could be it. That's what made him a champion. That's what makes him a shooting star. But of course, Jesse Ortega out and back in control again. The stars of Apex Wrestling, the stars of the American Wrestling Association. Driving that forearm in. He goes for the cover. He might have knocked him out, but he managed to get out from under. Jesse Ortega uses those forearms, those karate kicks, as effectively as anyone I've ever seen and as hard as anyone. And there it is, driving into the chest of Alan Lynch. And again with the forearm blows. Choking the life out of Alan Lynch. Alan Lynch is really going to have to dig down deep and find something he can come up with to mount some offense here. Or maybe, it looks like maybe then Jesse Ortega will be the #1 contender. The fans rallying behind Jesse Ortega, getting on Alan Lynch. The fans rallying behind Alan Lynch. And Jesse Ortega just toying with him and slapping him back. Alan Lynch chopping him down. Slapping a little leather. Irish whip. Beautiful drop kick. Mounting some offense. The champion kicking him. Kick to the face. I don't know if he had much on that. Irish whip. Reversal. Big kick right there. Big heel kick. Referee in place, but he didn't hook a leg, and Alan Lynch manages to get out. I've said it time and time again, you've got to hook a leg. Look at that, driving that knee into the small of the back and pulling up on the face of Alan Lynch. Right there, going in deep inside. Pulling that neck back, stretching that small of the back. Big chop. Ortega will pound you down. He'll wrestle you. He'll fight you, and he will beat on you. And that's what makes him successful. That's what makes him a champion. Of course, he's looking for gold here in Apex, looking for the Shooting Star Championship. Alan Lynch over top on the apron. Shot to the midsection. Springboard maybe into that DDT. That's it. He hits it. He hits it. He hits it. Hits the Allen Avalanche right there. That's springboard DDT.
Come on, Alan, get up.
And the foot over the rope. Referee Herbie and Scott in there. The crowd cheering for Alan Lynch. Kick to the back. He's a flurry with those kicks. Most of his offense comes from those pounding forearms and those vicious kicks. Both men down, both men worse for wear. The count going out to both men. Ortega seems to be up. Allen seems to be up. Both men on one knee. Ortega to his feet. Allen to his feet. Awesome Allen versus El Fuego. El Fuego with a punch. Alan Lynch with a punch. Both men staggering. What a battle. Slapping leather. What a battle we have here in our opening contest. What a week we have. The stars of the AWA. Big right hand. Another right hand. Kick to the midsection. Irish whip. Reversal. Going for the clothesline. Ducks under. Kicks him. He's going for that. There he is. That's his move. That's his finisher right there. There you go. Awesome Allen getting the victory. Let's go down to ringside.
And here's your winner, Awesome Alan Lynch.
Fans, there you have it. What a battle between these two combatants. Alan Lynch looked like he had a little bloody lip. When we get back, we're going to commercial now. When we come back, we'll be back with Shane Storm versus Devin Davis.
The Inkwell Body Art Emporium, tattoos and body piercings by Kate. Choose from thousands of designs or have Kate design one for you. Over 8 years of professional experience, safe, clean, friendly, and affordable. And we also have a large selection of body jewelry available. Southern West Virginia's most reputable body modification specialist. The Inkwell Body Art Emporium. Welcome to your new addiction.
Big savings sales event. The Home Show Beckley. We make owning your home affordable.
The staff of the Home Show Beckley made us feel like family. Purchasing our new home was easy and affordable. Thanks for making our dream home a reality.
Come in today and see how Home Show Beckley can make you feel right at home. The Home Show Beckley. We sell dreams one home at a time.
See the stars of AWA Apex live every Tuesday night at the Apex Studio Arena. For all your t-shirts, screen printing, and vinyl lettering needs, see R&J's T-shirts and more. Do you want to be a pro wrestler? Come to the Disciple Dojo. Do you like what you see here? Advertise with Apex. If you are a club or civic organization wanting to raise money, contact us to help with your fundraising activities. Birthday parties available. And there you see him, Devin Davis, accompanied by the Cuban Assassin. He's not in this match. What's he doing at ringside? Shane Storm is by himself. What's the Cuban Assassin? I mean, I don't understand that. Let's get the introduction.
Our next match is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. First from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 210 pounds, one half of the AWA Apex Tag Team Champions, Shane Storm. And his opponent from Baltimore, Maryland, accompanied by the Cuban Assassin, weighing in at 215 pounds, Devin Davis.
Like I was saying, accompanied by the Cuban Assassin. This is a singles match. This isn't a tag team competition. Devin Davis, and that's just like whiny Devin Davis to bring his partner out here to face his opponent, Shane Storm, who happens to be man enough, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Team Gay is man enough, as you see those big right hands, to face Devin Davis by himself, and apparently the Cuban Assassin also. The Cuban Assassin better sit at ringside and keep his nose out of this contest. Shane Storm, a house of fire, picking up right where they left off last week. All over Devin Davis. Devin Davis has a knack of just ticking off everybody he comes in contact with, including myself and including Team Gay. As you see, the action was fast and furious. Now Shane Storm grabbing that front chancery, slowing things down a little bit after throwing that beautiful, deep arm drag. And again, that impromptu match that happened last week. Asking the fans if he wants to break it. I'm sure the championship committee looking into signing that match again, maybe in some of our towns like Sabine, West Virginia, maybe in some of the towns like Summersville, West Virginia, where we'll be coming on tour. I'm sure these towns would love to see Team Gay versus Devin Davis and the Cuban Assassin for the Apex Tag Team Championship. Deep arm drag again. Shane Storm all over Devin Davis, and Devin Davis looking a little worse for wear. Of course, we saw a few weeks back Devin Davis finally gaining a victory over Awesome Alan Lynch. Of course, he had to use the ropes. I tell you, I've said this so many times. Devin Davis has all the tools in his little toolbox to become a champion. He has what it takes to be a classic wrestler, to make wrestling history, but something's wrong with him. He just has something, he just whines and cries and he cheats for no reason, and he just doesn't have to do that. He has the talent, as Shane Storm getting all over Devin Davis. The Cuban mouthing at ringside, much to the chagrin of our fans here at the Apex Arena. Again, in there asking if it's a legal hold. Of course it's legal. And it's put on in with precision and in a good hooked hold in a good position. Putting pressure on that shoulder and putting pressure on that elbow. Devin Davis into the hair. And the Cuban Assassin, I know he's going to complain about that. Devin Davis with the clenched fist and a rake to the eyes. I mean, I know for a fact he knows a counter to that hold, and it's not an eye rake. Again, Shane Storm went for that arm drag, but you saw it caught him right with that rake of that eye. Is that the influence of the Cuban Assassin? And an arm drag out of nowhere. Is the Cuban Assassin in the head of Devin Davis? Is Devin Davis become a prodigy of the Cuban Assassin? I mean, stranger things have happened. I mean, look at Team Gay. Reversal of the Irish whip. And the Cuban pulled his leg. Drop toe holds Devin Davis down. The Cuban's up on the apron. What's he doing? Shane Storm. He pops. The Cuban. Oh, my gosh. He took his head off. Devin Davis took Shane Storm's head off. That hurt both men, but that was devastating on Shane Storm. Devin Davis going for the cover, and he's out the back door. The Cuban, he got popped for his trouble. That's what he gets for sticking his nose in there where he doesn't belong. Devin Davis holding on to that arm. I think some damages have been done, and I've said this in past singles matches. You know, Shane Storm, they've done some singles competition since winning the title. Is that really the smart thing? They're tag team champions. If he was to sustain an injury, I mean, would he be able to fully and completely defend the tag team titles? And maybe that's what Devin Davis and the Cuban are wanting to do here. Create a weakness, isolate a hold, and create an injury so that it make it easier. As the Cuban Assassin's involved, he doesn't need to do that. Create an injury so that they can weaken up the team of Team Gay and bring the championship to, I guess, back to Mother Cuba. I don't even know how that works. Devin Davis all over Shane Storm, arguing with the fans at ringside. Raking his eyes over the top of that rope. But Devin Davis still holding that arm in. You can tell that he had suffered some kind of an injury. But it works just like we were saying with Team Gay as a champion. It also works the same way for the challengers. He peeled him out by his hair, pulling that ponytail of his. You usually see that move in a women's match, but I mean, well, Team Gay, women. Anyway, hook of the leg, near fall. Shane Storm out the back. And the Cuban complaining it was a 3 count, arguing with referee Herbie Inscott. Modified rear naked choke. Can't really put pressure on his own arm. He's kind of got it hooked in a variation, hooking over his own tricep. Referee needs to get in there. That could very well be a choke. He's got the left arm draped around the leg of Devin Davis, and then he's got that arm. It's underneath. It could be a choke. It could very well be a choke. Elbows in the midsection. Pulls him down by that long hair of Team Gay. Devin Davis still holding that arm. I think there's been some serious injury to Devin Davis, maybe possibly a ligament pull or maybe even some kind of a small fracture. Backbreaker on Shane Storm. He's out the side door. Devin Davis putting the point of the elbow in the back of the neck. What a great matchup we have here on television this week. Devin Davis facing Shane Storm after their impromptu match from weeks ago. driving those knees into the head of Shane Storm, the Cuban assassin at ringside. J.C. Lynch has to be in the arena tonight. I don't understand why he's not out here when he sees that the Cuban assassin is at ringside. But, I guess Shane Storm wants to go it alone. Shane Storm, a former champion in West Virginia. He's held many tag team titles in other areas. Of course, now the current champion. And there he is, the Cuban assassin. Again, he has no business in this match. And a big right hand. He should not be interfering. This is 2-on-1. This is 2-on-1. I can't believe this. And he drapes him under the bottom rope. Pulling him back. Devin Davis now with the lateral press. Big right hand to the jaw. Shane Storm, I know he's got a tough jaw, but how much can one person really take? How many blows to the jaw can one competitor take? Team Gay, the one half of the Apex champions, Shane Storm. Winding up, missed that big clothesline. Spinning heel kick. Both men down. Devin Davis still holding that arm. Shane Storm trying to get a little wind in his body, trying to mount some offense. Shane Storm fighting from underneath. He's used to being underneath. Oh. Both men down. The Cuban cheering for Devin Davis. The fans cheering for Shane Storm. Block of the right hand and a punch for his troubles. Another block, another big right hand by Shane Storm. Another right hand by Shane Storm. Irish whip to the corner. Big, huge backdrop. Shane Storm's a house of fire. Devin Davis in the corner. Shane Storm mounts Devin Davis, driving those big right hands into Devin Davis. 10 of them for his trouble. And a kiss. Oh, my God, a kiss. A kiss. What's that, the Cuban? The Cuban just handed something to Devin Davis. What did he hand it? And he knocked him. He hit him right in the square in the jaw. Where's it? And he threw that thing back out to Cuban. The Cuban's put it in his pocket. Referee Herbie Esca. No! Oh, no! What a travesty of justice. Devin Davis used it.
Here's your winner, Devin Davis.
Devin Davis used an international object that the Cuban assassin handed him. Fans, I can't believe it. They stole another one. They've stolen another one. I got to get a word with these people.
Now hold it just a second, boys. I tell you what, this has gone too far. I saw it plainly. I saw it on the monitor. I saw it with my two eyes. You hit him with a foreign object that you handed him. You guys can't keep coming out here doing this. It wasn't me. There's no foreign object.
It's years and years of discipline, baby.
Discipline? You've never had discipline in your life. Cuban, you were born with a foreign object. Hey, don't you start doing some racial slander on me. I'm a Cuban and proud of it, and the Cuban heavyweight champion. There was no illegal foreign object. If there was anything foreign, it came from the tooth fairy in the ring. Devin Davis and the Cuban assassin. Viva la Cuba! Fans, this is despicable. I can't take it anymore. We'll be back after this.
Saving sales event. The Home Show Beckley. We make owning your home affordable.
The staff of the Home Show Beckley made us feel like family. Purchasing our new home was easy and affordable. Thanks for making our dream home a reality.
Come in today and see how Home Show Beckley can make you feel right at home. The Home Show Beckley. We sell dreams one home at a time.
At the Home Show. At the Home Show.
The Inkwell Body Art Emporium, tattoos and body piercings by Kate. Choose from thousands of designs or have Kate design one for you. Over 8 years of professional experience, safe, clean, friendly, and affordable. And we also have a large selection of body jewelry available. Southern West Virginia's most reputable body modification specialist. The Inkwell Body Art Emporium. Welcome to your new addiction.
See the stars of AWA Apex live every Tuesday night at the Apex Studio Arena. For all your t-shirts, screen printing, and vinyl lettering needs, see R&J's T-Shirts and More. Do you want to be a pro wrestler? Come to the Disciple Dojo. Do you like what you see here? Advertise with Apex. If you are a club or civic organization wanting to raise money, contact us to help with your fundraising activities. Birthday parties available.
It's a section that we're going to call Mat Chat, an opportunity that we have to get away from the ring, away from the arena, and get into the personal lives and the minds and the opinions of certain wrestlers on certain subjects that not necessarily has to do with professional wrestling. And our first guest this week is Flex. Flex, welcome to Mat Chat. We have several things we want to talk about, but right off the bat I want to know what you think about the Shooting Star division, seeing that you are now the reigning Shooting Star champion.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've gone on record many times and said this before. Alan Lynch is the man that I respect, active competitors, mind you, the man I respect more than any other man in the AWA worldwide. It's such an honor for me to have taken his Shooting Star title. You know, the Shooting Star title is all about competition, not necessarily sports entertainment, but guys who are going for the throat, guys who want it, guys who've got to have it. You know, in our industry, we've had a lot of guys standing over the water hole squatting, growling when people come up. Lines over the water hole when the hyenas come over, they growl, they chase them away. But the guys in the Shooting Star divisions, we're the young lions. We want it all, and we're coming to take it now. And I tell you, I'm just very honored to be in the position I am.
Well, of course, the Shooting Star division, unique to the American Wrestling Association, unique to Apex Wrestling, and I'd like to know your thoughts on maybe not necessarily the American Wrestling Association as now, but as what it used to be and what it meant to you growing up.
Well, just like you know, as we grew up together, you know, we watched the AWA on ESPN when we got home from school every day, immediately. You come home from school, watch on TV, the AWA, Kurt Hennig, the Gagne family, the Midnight Rockers, Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels. I mean, what finer establishment to be involved with, and just what a privilege it is to just carry that name on.
Of course, yes, you named, you know, tons of talent, and of course now Flex is part of it. Flex from Tollywood. Tell us a little bit about what Tollywood is and exactly what that means.
Well, you know, the concept of Planet Hollywood came up. You know, I was just goofing around one day, and obviously it's a spoof off of Planet Hollywood, but it's like when you see me, you've entered the final frontier. You have witnessed firsthand the final stage of human evolution. You just landed on Planet Hollywood.
Well, I tell you what, I've visited Planet Hollywood maybe once or twice too many. You know, it's a fine place to visit, but not necessarily a fine place to live. But tell me about some of the weird things that happen that I know about, but I want to hear it from you. The fans want to hear it from you. The weird happenings in Planet Hollywood.
Well, you know, I don't really know how necessarily to put this on tape without, you know, it's like we'll protect the guilty, put it that way. But on Planet Hollywood, everybody has a great time. Everybody overindulges. And in the morning, well, that's just how it is.
Well, okay, I tell you what, let's talk a little more in depth. You know, what about, all right, let's get to the nuts and bolts. I want to know about the weird happening, the myths. Everybody has something to say about Flex. He's a public figure just as myself. What are some of the things that's going on out there that may be true or may not be true?
Well, you know, there are a lot of strange myths and queer legends when it comes to Jeremy Tolley, I'll say Jeremy Tolley. Some of the things are true. In fact, most probably are true. You know, you can probably recall a time we were in Johnson City, well, yeah, maybe we shouldn't talk about that. But you know, we've been there, we've been down that road. I always knew that my destiny lied on the fringe of society, so to speak. Marginally acceptable, but needing to be locked in a cage. You see, I think that I always knew that my stairway to heaven was indeed my highway to hell.
Well, I think that's something we're going to get into in part 2 of this. I want to get inside. I'm going to ask some harder questions, but this was just a toast, just a taste, if you will, to the toast of the man, Flex. And we'll see next week, part 2 of Matt Chat. Thank you. Thank you.
The Quell Body Art Emporium, tattoos and body piercings by Kate. Choose from thousands of designs or have Kate design one for you. Over 8 years of professional experience, safe, clean, friendly, and affordable. And we also have a large selection of body jewelry available. Southern West Virginia's most reputable body modification specialist. The Quell Body Art Emporium. Welcome to your new addiction.
Big savings sales event. The Home Show Beckley. We make owning your home affordable.
The staff of the Home Show Beckley made us feel like family. Purchasing our new home was easy and affordable. Thanks for making our dream home a reality.
Come in today and see how Home Show Beckley can make you feel right at home. The Home Show Beckley. We sell dreams one home at a time.
Fans, we're here at ringside with a man who's put up $2,000 to anybody, any walk of life, who can pin his shoulders to the ring for a 1-2-3 count. The man who is the undefeated Apex champion, Mr. Black.
Well, I got some news for everyone out here and everyone in the locker room. Seems like I've went through everyone here at AW Apex, and can't nobody pin me. So now I hear in the back, somebody's bringing in some punk from Mid-Atlantic called the Mad Trucker. I never much liked trucks. And everybody knows I'm mad. So bring him on, and I'll scrape him up.
Well, fans, there you have it. He doesn't speak a lot, but he speaks volumes. And right now, we're going to look at Mr. Black in action.
Our next match is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. First from Sin City, weighing at 200 pounds, American Idol, Bret Sharp. And his opponent from anywhere he wants to be, weighing in at 400 pounds, the AWA Apex champion, the AWA Phenom, Mr. Black.
All right, fans, we're back with the Black Attack Challenge, the Apex Championship on the line, but most importantly, $2,000. And I tell you what, the Apex whipping boy, Bret Sharp, is going to give it a go with the Phenom. And we'll just have to see how he stacks up. Big boot to the midsection, followed by a forearm. Big punch to the head. And Bret Sharp is taken down just as fast as he started. Obviously a size differential, and I don't like the chances that Bret Sharp has in this one, but we had mentioned earlier, Mr. Black had said that the Mad Trucker is coming from the Mid-Atlantic region, and he will be here to face Mr. Black soon enough. And could he be the one to win the $2,000 and the Black Attack Challenge? Big side suplex and drove Bret Sharp to the mat. 400 pounds coming crashing down with Bret Sharp into the mat and almost drove him through the canvas. Mr. Black is taking on everybody. Death Falcon Zero. He's taking on the whole locker room. He's taking on teams from Indiana, the Fat and the Furious. He's taking on former OVW competitors, the Fat and the Furious. He's taken on them all. He's beat the Smoky Mountain Outlaws. He's beat everybody that's come down the pike, and he's done it very easily. Referee Herbie Inscott getting on him about the closed fist. Irish whip to the buckle. And talk about a mad trucker right there is a Mack truck running into Brett Sharp, and Brett Sharp is down. Mr. Black's just toying with him. I don't think that the money is really in danger this week. I think the only thing that could possibly be in danger is Brett Sharp's health. Big knee to the back as the capacity crowd here at the Apex Studio Arena looks on. Scoop and a big slam, followed by the leg drop. Mr. Black, the Apex champion, winning that title some months ago and has held on it with ease. I'm beginning to wonder if anybody will ever get that title off of Mr. Black, much less win the money. We've seen him down. We've seen him injured. Brett Sharp with a flurry of offense. He hesitated, and I wouldn't hesitate against the big man. Oh, my gosh, turned him around and flattened him out. Mr. Black asking if that's it. Yeah, that's been it. Driving the big right hand into Brett Sharp. This is a massacre. And there he is. There's the Black attack, and that's purely academic at this point. Well, fans, there you have it.
Here is your winner and still AWA Apex champion, Mr. Black.
Fans, there you have the champion. We go from one champion to another. After these messages, we'll be back with the Shooting Star champion.
Big savings sales event. The Home Show Beckley. We make owning your home affordable.
The staff of the Home Show Beckley made us feel like family. Purchasing our new home was easy and affordable. Thanks for making our dream home a reality.
Come in today and see how Home Show Beckley can make you feel right at home. The Home Show Beckley. We sell dreams one home at a time.
At the Home Show. At the Home Show.
The Inkwell Body Art Emporium, tattoos and body piercings by Kate. Choose from thousands of designs or have Kate design one for you. Over 8 years of professional experience, safe, clean, friendly, and affordable. And we also have a large selection of body jewelry available. Southern West Virginia's most reputable body modification specialist. The Inkwell Body Art Emporium. Welcome to your new addiction.
See the stars of AWA Apex live every Tuesday night at the Apex Studio Arena. For all your t-shirts, screen printing, and vinyl lettering needs, see R&J's T-shirts and more. Do you want to be a pro wrestler? Come to the Disciple Dojo. Do you like what you see here? Advertise with Apex. If you are a club or civic organization wanting to raise money, contact us to help with your fundraising activities. Birthday parties available. We're back, and we're waiting the arrival of the Shooting Star champion. And fans, there you see him, Flex, the mayor of Planet Hollywood, the reigning Shooting Star champion. He's held that title for about a month. Let's go down to ringside for the introductions.
Our next match is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit for the AWA Apex Shooting Star Championship. First from Inez, Kentucky, weighing at 200 pounds, the Dirty Lynch Boy, Wes Lynch. And his opponent from Planet Hollywood, weighing in at 235 the AWA Apex Shooting Star Champion, this is Flex.
Well, fans, there you have it, the introduction, the Shooting Star Champion Flex. Of course, earlier in the show, you got to sit down and really get into in depth with an interview with Flex and myself in our Matt Chat segment. We're going to be showing part 2 of that next week. And it really gets interesting from there. I'll leave it at that as these two lock up. Top wrist lock. I mean, Wes Lynch is deceptively fast. He's probably the fastest wrestler we have in our roster, and you wouldn't believe it by looking at him. He is that quick. And he's not so quick, he's just sudden. He just snuck right in there and grabbed that top wrist lock. Of course, now, that hold, I don't know if it was the brightest thing to grab with the Shooting Star Champion Flex. Go behind in a waist lock. Another quick maneuver. And Flex using his weight advantage and using his strength to maneuver Wes back. Wes turning him around, throwing those blows to the chest, but Flex, he seemed impervious. Reversal on the Irish Whip. Of course, we spoke in past weeks. Wes Lynch coming from, and Flex is taking that tape off. Wes Lynch, part of a family. He took that tape off so he could get that bare hand in there, and he is all over Wes Lynch. And just drills him in the corner. The physical cultural guru really turning it up a notch this week. And I thought that was going to be it. You know, you see guys chop, they got that protective tape in their hand. Flex just stood out and said, here, let me hit you with my bare hand. Irish Whip in the reversal. Oh, he went for an elbow. There it is, the crossroads. The crossroads. Hook of the leg. And there you have it. Welcome to Planet Tullywood.
And here's your winner and still AWA Apex Shooting Star Champion, Flex.
Let's see if we can get a word with the champion.
You've been the Shooting Star Champion for close to 1 month now, and I tell you, you look great this week. You look more vicious than I've ever seen before.
Well, it's been the most exciting and toughest month of my life. The competition is keen in the AWA, but I'm ready for the challenge. I'm hungry, and I'm hungry for respect. Anybody who's not paying attention to Flex, I'm on the national radar. I'm the real thing, baby.
Well, we talked to you earlier. The fans at home got to see a segment that we filmed, the Matt Chat segment. Of course, part 2 airing next week. And anything you want to add to that interview?
Well, I think the interview speaks for itself. You know, there was a time, we spent some time out on the road. You spent some time yourself on Planet Hollywood. And I'm just wondering where the old Brian Logan is.
Well, the old Brian Logan is retired, and, well, fans, we don't have any time for this. They're telling me we got to go. We'll be back right after this.
The Inkwell Body Art Emporium, tattoos and body piercings by Kate. Choose from thousands of designs or have Kate design one for you. Over 8 years of professional experience, safe, clean, friendly, and affordable. And we also have a large selection of body jewelry available. Southern West Virginia's most reputable body modification specialist. The Inkwell Body Art Emporium. Welcome to your new addiction.
Big savings sales event. The Home Show Beckley. We make owning your home affordable.
The staff of the Home Show Beckley made us feel like family. Purchasing our new home was easy and affordable. Thanks for making our dream home a reality.
Come in today and see how Home Show Beckley can make you feel right at home. The Home Show Beckley. We sell dreams one home at a time.
At the Home Show. At the Home Show.
Martel flings him, crashing to the canvas in the center of the ring, and now Martel with a knee drop of his own that he had taken. Martel now hooks the leg and gets a 2 count. Ricky Martel trying to get this match back into his own control. Takes a headbutt right into the solar plexus. Harley Race will beat you, try to beat you any way he possibly can. They exchange left hands. Again, they exchange hard left hands. Haymakers, it's Martel coming up for the 3rd one, and a 4th one goes crashing to the jaw of Harley Race, and 5 times, and now he goes to the side headlock. Ricky Martel working over Harley Race, who picks him up. Down they go crashing to the canvas. Martel, the force of the blow, breaks the hold. Referee Marty Miller starts the count on both of them. Race, first man to his feet. Race coming down, and he goes for a headbutt to the forehead of Martel, but somehow, instinctively, Martel was able to get out of the way. Martel now is the first to his feet. Martel picking up the bigger Harley Race, the backbreaker on Harley Race. And now, Martel outside of the ring, the swan dive, up and over he comes. He's finished off many an opponent with this. He gets only a 2 count here. And now it is up and over, both men going up and over and outside of the ring. The count is on. It is at 3. Martel starting back in and being dragged out by Harley Race. Race fires away with the left hand, and now Martel gets a hold of the crutch of Harley Race and drags him out and fires away with the right hand, 2 of them. The bell, they are saying Marty Miller. So Marty Miller says ring the bell. Both men have officially been counted out outside of the ring, but the war goes on nonetheless as they hammer away with rights and lefts. It is first Harley Race, and now Ricky Martel, as you see that left hand catching Harley Race flush on the jaw, and a right hand to the side of the head. A headbutt here by Harley Race as the war goes on outside of the ring. Again, in hand-to-hand combat, Harley Race and Ricky Martel, the 2 former champions, have both been disqualified, and now Martel trying to get Race to the ring post. Race now picks up Martel, but it's Martel turning Race.
Well, fans, what a great Matt Classic we just saw. Of course, Harley Race, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, taking on a former AWA champion. But we're back to the current, we're back to the now, and let's go to our TV main event. Let's go down to ringside.
Welcome to our main event. It is scheduled for 1 fall with a 15-minute time limit. First from Scarborough, West Virginia, weighing in at 200 pounds, the pride of the plateau, Jason Kincaid. And his opponent from Havana, Cuba, weighing in at 245 pounds, the Cuban Assassin.
Well, fans, there you have it, the TV main event. The Cuban Assassin, who's had his hands full with Team Gay, and Jason Kincaid, who has been facing Crazy K, Kirby Mack, for the lightweight championship of the American Wrestling Association, and has also had his hands full with the stars here of Apex, right here in a great, great matchup. What can you say? Jason Kincaid, a great technical wrestler, probably the best pure wrestler on the roster, and also the second generation superstar, the Cuban Assassin, the legend, and what a name he's got in 16 years of professional wrestling experience. We've got a great one here on the main event. 15-minute time limit. Our time limit expanded for this match because we just know the action is going to be fast and furious. Jason Kincaid with that headlock on the Cuban Assassin. And he's hanging on tight. And the Cuban tried to get out of it with that suplex, but Jason Kincaid shifting his weight as now Cuban shifts Jason's weight back, getting the near fall. Jason took him over, but again, Jason hanging on to the Cuban Assassin's head in that headlock, but he snuck out and got that hammerlock, and now he's got a headlock of his own. Headlock takeover. Jason Kincaid with a reversal into the head scissors. Like I said before, in my opinion, Jason Kincaid is the uncrowned AWA lightweight champion. He is the purest wrestler on our squad. He is the purest wrestler on our roster, I should say. And the Cuban Assassin now out of the head scissors and back into the headlock. Cuban claiming he's the Cuban champion. He's been coming out here all month with that title belt. I still haven't had any word from the office. No one at Mediocre Matt Productions seems to know whether they will sanction that title or not, but we're looking into it. I don't even know if it's a real title. Maybe we should look into our legal services with Greg Hewitt, maybe find out if that is an actual championship. But Jason Kincaid firmly in control, dropping that knee down on the arm. Again, dropping that knee down on the Cuban Assassin. And the Cuban Assassin, you can see the pain on his face, a little worse for wear. Driving that knee, and look at the look on the Cuban's face. The cameraman taking us right in there as if we're in the ring. And you could see the temple there being driven by that knee of Jason Kincaid. Now, of course, the Cuban in the hair. Cuban likes those kind of tactics, and Jason hangs on again. Beautiful, beautiful catches, catch-can wrestling, counter into counters. What great matchup we have here. Jason Kincaid, the Pride of the Plateau, against the Cuban Assassin, the self-proclaimed, I guess, or as far as we know, Cuban champion. Jason with a forearm dragon twist with a drop. Referee Herbie Scott in there with the call. The stars of the AWA, the stars of Apex Wrestling. Cuban going for the slam, but Jason still holding on. Again, we want to thank everybody at the Gorge Channel for bringing us to you into your homes each and every week. The stars of Apex Wrestling. It's been 27 years since professional wrestling has been on television in Southern West Virginia, and we are proud to be back on the air and be part of the American Wrestling Association and the Gorge Channel, as now the Cuban Assassin in control, but Jason Kincaid showing off some maneuvers, cartwheeling and flipping and flopping, and he comes up with a reversal and spins in deeply on that arm. What a matchup we have here. Jason Kincaid all over the Cuban Assassin. Cuban saying he's breaking his stinking arm. I don't know if he's breaking the arm, but stinking part I might believe. Got that full arm bar now. Of course, Cuban into the hair again. Driving that knee in. Putting the point of that elbow. Now the big right hand on Jason Kincaid. Right there in the corner. Irish whip. Big elbow on the jaw. Jason Kincaid down. Assassin follows up with a boot. Lateral press. Jason Kincaid out the bat. He didn't hook that leg, and that's exactly what he should have done because of the caliber of Jason Kincaid can slip right out. Big suplex. And Jason Kincaid is hurt. And the Cuban Assassin looking good this week. Using that rope to his advantage. The Cuban Assassin all over Jason Kincaid, looking very good in this matchup. Sharp to the buckle, follows him in with a blow. Big right hand in the corner. Now he's choking him. And this is what I don't understand, fans. The Cuban Assassin can wrestle. I've wrestled him many times. I know he knows a lot of holds, but he chooses to cheat. Between the hair pull and the eye gouging and the choking over the rope and the international objects, heck, he doesn't have time for a wrestling hold. Big backdrop on Jason Kincaid, and the Cuban Assassin looking good. Hooks that leg, and a 2 count. Jason Kincaid out. He's going to that rear chin lock. Got it cinched in there good. Textbook rear chin lock. The crowd cheering for Jason Kincaid. And the crowd taking exception to the words of the Cuban. Jason to a vertical base. Drives that elbow in. Hits the ropes. Duck under. Flying body press. Referee down. 2 count. Big clothesline by the Cuban. And again, kudos to our film staff here. Right up there as if we were in the middle of the action. Hooking him for a butterfly suplex. And he gets it. What a maneuver. What a veteran maneuver. Dropping that elbow down. The Cuban is looking great. The Cuban has been on top of his game for the past few weeks. I have known this man for years. I have traveled with him. I've wrestled him. And I have never seen the Cuban Assassin looking any better than he has looked the past few weeks, and he looks on top of his game tonight. The stars of Apex Wrestling, the stars of the American Wrestling Association, Jason Kincaid stuck into the grasp of the Cuban Assassin, trying to rally, trying to fight from underneath as the fans get behind Jason Kincaid. Jason Kincaid needs to work to his vertical base, needs to come up and try to get some maneuver in there, get some air in him, and then try to cause separation and get in there and get a move that can knock down the Cuban so he can get some wind back in him. But right there, he's going to hook him. Backslide. Cuban fighting it. 1. Oh, and almost a 3. And again, the Cuban, Jason Kincaid gave it all he had, and it might have just been too much. He got up slow. He hesitated. The Cuban had more wind, as we see the full scoop and slam, had more wind and was able to come back for that maneuver. The Cuban up to that second rope, driving that elbow down, and Jason Kincaid out. What a matchup here, the TV main event this week. Jason Kincaid fighting, big right hands. Wait a minute, Devin Davis is at ringside, and he's sneaking out. What is Devin Davis doing here at ringside? And he just handed a Cuban Assassin something. Referee, come on. I can see it plainly. He just hit him with that international object. There's Team Gay. Team Gay's had enough. Just come in the ring. Chaos is broken out here. Shane Storm on Devin Davis. J.C. Lynch on the Cuban Assassin. Jason Kincaid, he got hit with that object, whatever it was. J.C. Lynch all over the Cuban Assassin. Shane Storm all over Devin Davis. These 4 men, they've been fighting tooth and nail each week, and this week is no exception. It's broken down, fans. It is broken down here, fans. What's that? We're out of time. We gotta get out of here, but we gotta stay. If we could just stay for just a minute, just a second, we've got to get all of this. They're rocking. They're reeling. I know we gotta go, but if we could, Cuban Assassin's like a ping pong. Jason Kincaid's back up. Fans, that's it. That's all we got. We're out of time. We'll see you next week.